I get this question a lot, and it's a really challenging topic. So today I wanted to share with you some takeaways and some lessons learned to hopefully give you some inspiration and help you avoid any potential family feuds. This is a simple mindset shift that I think a lot of people get wrong when they try to help a family member declutter. It's all too easy to think about ourselves, what we stand to gain from this declutter, what we want for them for this declutter. Somehow we always make it come back to us, even whenever we're helping somebody else declutter. Often this comes from a place of frustration, like, if you would just keep your area clean, then my life would be so much easier. Or we try to pressure someone into sharing our beliefs about what they should keep or how much they should keep. Like, I only have a few kitchen gadgets and a few pairs of shoes, so you should only have a few pairs of those too. But if you approach it this way, then you're more likely to have less patience and understanding for the person you're helping. Decluttering is a journey that everybody has to go on for themselves, and it's on this journey when you start to kind of wake up and assess your belongings and decide for yourself what you keep and what you let go of. And with every pass of decluttering that you do, you will refine what you keep, but that just takes time because we all hold different levels of attachment to our belongings, and we need time to process this. And that's unfortunately just not a process that you can rush. It takes time. So if you can assist somebody on their journey, then that's a beautiful thing and they will be grateful. But if you try to pigeonhole that person or force them into being part of your journey, it's likely to end in frustration for everyone. As you're helping a family member, just remind yourself that it's not about you, it's about them and their declutter journey. And instead of assuming that you know what's best for them, remember to just pause and ask questions so that you can get a better understanding of where they're at. As I hinted at in the last points, patience and understanding are what you need when you help someone. Think of your favorite teacher or coach or mentor or that person who really helped you in your life whenever you needed it. I'm sure that person was patient with you and they met you at your level. This is what you have to try and do when you help a family member declutter. Even though it might be frustrating at times, even though you might be further along in your own journey, even though you can't understand why they want to keep something, just keep an open mind. Especially when helping family members in a different generation as you, you're going to have very different life experiences and may have a vastly different level of attachment to your things. Some might be facing an empty nest for the first time, a new life after retirement, the death of a partner, health issues, a new reality that they can't take care of their home in the way they used to. The list really goes on. At the end of the day, we're all just humans trying to do our best. And if you can set that expectation in the beginning that it's going to require even more patience than you think it will, then you're not going to be surprised whenever that's exactly what the situation needs, more love and patience. Instead, you'll be ready for it and you'll be able to keep guiding them through their declutter so that ultimately, what's most important is that they keep making progress. The walkthrough is something I talk about in my book, and this is part of the mental awareness work that is smart to do before you ever declutter a single item. Whenever I declutter with a client, I never just walk in the door and expect that we're going to start decluttering and letting go of things really quickly. Instead, I walk in with an open mind and I try to understand the situation. What is it that my client really wants? What areas of their home are hot spots or emotional spots we should stay away from in the beginning? What are they trying to get out of this? Are they excited about decluttering or are they terrified? You can even identify some quick wins to start with. If you take some time to just walk around the clutter, observe it, talk about it, ask questions, these simple efforts will go such a long ways. First, it's going to help your family member feel more at ease in the process. And it'll get them thinking of why they want to do this and what their goals are. So take the pressure off that first day. Have a coffee and talk about the clutter before you ever get your hands dirty. And this isn't lazy. It's like stretching before a race. If you don't stretch, you're likely going to get yourself in trouble down the road. And besides, you need to have a good understanding of what you're getting yourself into. So many fights and misunderstandings in life can be avoided by better communication and a better managing of expectations. This is really important because your boundaries are not the same as your family member. So if you can get on the same page from the very beginning, it's going to help avoid any of those potential blow-ups that might happen later on. Sometimes we forget the simple boundaries like, how long are we going to declutter for? What's our time frame? Is this going to last an hour or 5 hours, a day or a whole week? And then we can get into some more sensitive boundaries like which spaces are off limits to declutter? Which spaces are we going to handle today, or are we just working in the garage? Establishing these boundaries early on can mitigate so many unnecessary confrontations down the road. Whenever I work with a client, before the day begins, I tell them about my plan for the day and what I hope to accomplish. Starting the day with a plan helps them prepare the energy they need to so that they can push through to that end goal. And if I feel them gassing out before we get there, I'll just ask them, hey, how are you feeling? Do you think we can make it to today's end goal, or would it be better to stop and come back tomorrow? Or for me personally, as a person helping the declutter, when I'm filming a series, we're very upfront about our schedule before we get there. Everyone signs off on the days that we'll be working and the time frame that we'll be working within those days. And if our schedule allows, I try to schedule a day off in between a couple days of filming. And during this time, I keep my days off as my day off. I used to think that this was selfish and that I should keep pushing through, but now I realize that doing this helps me shut down my brain and rest and reset so that I can come back with a sharper mind to help make more progress in the space on our next day of decluttering together. Setting the same expectations and boundaries in place before you start decluttering is a great way to avoid any hurt feelings or arguments that you'll probably have as you declutter, because they always come up. So just avoid them and get on the same page. Speaking of boundaries, this is one of my favorite ones. Don't sleep where you declutter. This is especially important if you're working on a big project that's going to span many days. It's in everyone's best interest and in the best interest of everyone's mental health if they can step away from the decluttering project at the end of a long day or a long session. If possible, everyone needs to be able to sleep in their own calm space at night, because if you can never escape the decluttering project, then your mind will just be in chaos the whole time. Sometimes, I'm not joking when I say that I dream about the clutter at the end of a night. It consumes your thoughts. So if you're staying at your parents' house and you're helping them declutter, maybe consider getting a hotel for a night or two. Or if you're decluttering in your bedroom, make sure that you don't start more than you can finish in a single day so that the bedroom can be calm whenever it's time to sleep. If everyone can have space to mentally and physically recharge and rest at the end of your day of decluttering, it just means that you're going to come back the next day and feel more recharged and ready to take on the next challenge and continue through the declutter. When all is said and done, remember that your relationship that you have with your family member is far more precious and valuable than any goal or objective you might have for this declutter. You might regret it if you don't get all of the garage decluttered, but you're really going to regret it if you let this declutter put any type of strain on your relationship. In the end, remember what's most important. Have fun with your families, create really fun memories around this declutter, and in the process, you'll get some work done too. To check out the Spacemaker method in real homes around the world, catch our Sunday series every Sunday for real-life decluttering, or watch our Friday Focus videos for short and sweet videos designed to help you strengthen your declutter muscles. And if you really want to kickstart your spacemaking journey, grab a copy of The Mindful Art of Spacemaking, available in both hard copy and ebook. See you next week.